Chapter 1. A Cat Named Bramble. If you wander far enough into the hills of Hollowmere, you'll find a village where the lanes curl like ribbons, where chimney pots lean a little sideways, and where the cobbles shine like old coins after rain. Hollowmere looks ordinary enough at first glance, quiet, tucked away, safe. But if you linger, if you walk its streets at twilight, or listen closely at dawn, you may notice a strange shimmer at the edge of things, as if the air itself is waiting. At the far edge of the village, where the last cottages gave way to the woods, an ancient oak stood on a rise, as if keeping silent watch over the cottages below. Its mossy trunk was so broad that 10 children linking arms could scarcely reach around it. No one in the village could remember a time before the oak, and sometimes, when the wind stirred its branches, it seemed almost as though the old tree was trying to whisper its secrets. Some said if you listened carefully, on the quietest nights, you might just hear it, and, perhaps if you were very brave, discover where those secrets led. Eliza Ashton lived there, in a crooked cottage with a red front door and a garden that smelled of roses in the summer and wood smoke in the winter. She was 10, and though she didn't yet know it, the village had been waiting for her, waiting for a very long time. But this story doesn't begin with Eliza, not exactly. It begins with a cat named Bramble. Bramble was ginger, with long, fluffy fur the colour of autumn leaves caught in sunlight. He belonged to the Ashtons, or so they thought. He spent most mornings perched on the kitchen windowsill, tail flicking like a clock pendulum, keeping one eye on the butter dish and the other on the world outside. In Eliza's eyes, he was the best kind of friend. She whispered her worries into his fur, pressed her cheek against his side after a long day. He seemed to understand, though he never gave more than a slow blink in reply. Yet Bramble was no ordinary cat. His purr was not just a hum, but deeper, older, like the hush of waves in a cave or the first rumble of thunder. Once or twice, Eliza's mother would pause, tilt her head, and frown at the sound. But she always shook it off. Cats are cats, aren't they? On one sunny Friday morning, when Eliza trudged off to school, Bramble slipped through the garden gate. His paws made no sound on the cobbles. He padded past the bakery with its sugared buns steaming the windows, past the apothecary where bottles filled with glowing liquids lined the windows, gathering dust, always pausing, listening, as if catching whispers too faint for human ears. At last he reached the oak, its roots moss-covered and knuckled deep into the earth, its golden autumn leaves shivering, although the air was still. Bramble sat beneath it, tail curling round his paws. Had anyone been watching, they might have noticed something strange. The oak's rustle changed as Bramble approached, softer, almost thoughtful, as though answering him. But no one was there to hear it. Only a few songbirds nearby took note, and when they sang about it, no one listened. The leaves rustled once more, sharp and sudden. Then, soft as breath, they shifted again, like a whisper answering him. Bramble blinked, slow and golden. His whiskers twitched, almost as though he smiled. And then, just as quietly as he had come, he turned and padded home. By the time Eliza returned from school, Bramble was curled on the windowsill, blinking lazily in the afternoon sun. She scooped him into her arms. "You've been here all day, haven't you?" she whispered. Bramble yawned. He gave no answer. But outside, at the edge of the woods, the oak tree waited. Its roots held fast in dark soil where something restless stirred. And Hollowmere, though quiet and safe to the eye, was listening too.